Everyone has been talking about the Trump hat incident that happened at Mount Royal University right here in Calgary. If you're not familiar with the story, let me fill you in. Special little snowflake and safe space advocate Zoe Slusser was triggered when she came across student Matt Linder, who was wearing a Make America Great Again cap in the hallways. Take a look at the video to see what occurred when a social justice warrior collided with a freedom of expression loving Trump supporter.
Public place.
Public place.
Make America Great Again hat, and she's completely freaking out. We're allowed to film whatever. Support a political candidate.
You're not allowed to share hate language in the university.
I'm saying make America great. What is hate language about? You don't care. I want to hear.
Make America Great Again means make America all for white people, no immigrants, no people with different sexual orientations.
His wife is an immigrant. His wife is an immigrant.
That doesn't mean anything.
How is it not? You just said no immigrants.
It doesn't mean anything. I could have a brother who's gay and I could not be supportive gay people. It doesn't mean anything. Your values.
So why is he? You just said he doesn't like immigrants. His wife's an immigrant. It's illegal immigrants that he doesn't want.
You're not even
illegal.
Connecting.
You're saying I asked you, does he not like immigrants? You're like, he doesn't like immigrants.
Just because he's married to an immigrant doesn't mean that his policies and what he stands for is promoting people of different colors being in our university.
It's illegal immigrants.
Listen, dude, like, we're friends and I level with you, but, like, you gotta take the hat off, or I'm gonna write the president of the university and he's gonna come and talk to you because I already talked to him about this. It's not allowed. It's hate language on campus. You can deal with me or you can deal with David Doherty. I waited to talk to you in person and I've already talked to him about this.
Trump, you don't know anything. You don't know one little thing. Okay,
please. Keep wearing the hat, man. Keep wearing the hat. Is that what you want?
That is insane. This is all on camera. Yo, keep wearing that hat. If I had my Trump stuff, this girl is just fucking
You are supporting the hat. Dude,
So
you
if
gotta
you want
take
me
it
to
off.
come
You
talk
gotta
to
take
David,
it
I
off. You gotta take
Make
it off.
America. Why does he have to take it off?
Do me a
Because
favor,
of what it
please.
stands for. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Just please stop. Stop.
So basically, when Zoe's thought policing and arguments broke down, it was time to call in the officials. The president even. Except the president actually released a statement saying, "I've seen the video and want to emphasize that I believe, both as an individual and as the president of Mount Royal University, freedom of speech is fundamental to post-secondary institutions and to society as a whole. Universities play a critical role in society as places where students and other groups can share and listen to different perspectives in a respectful and peaceful way. We will continue to protect this freedom of expression." You saw that during the altercation, what appeared to be a white knight approached Matt and removed the hat from his head. Now, Matt says that the two are actually friends, and he took the hat off to ease tension. It was a pretty lame gesture, and it makes for a less sensational story, but it begs the question, do university students actually believe their places of study are safe spaces that are supposed to be devoid of intellectual debate and being introduced to new ideas? Do they believe that freedom of expression should be suppressed, even if they find it offensive? Well, I went to Mount Royal University to ask some of the students there what they thought about the incident, whether they thought the university should be a safe space, and who they would support in the American election if they were able to vote. First, I talked to two young ladies about whether they thought the hat should have been removed and whether the university should be a safe space where students could hide from things that they found offensive.
I think that he was wearing it to make an impression of everyone, but honestly, I think you're allowed to wear whatever you want. It's your own decisions, opinions. People are going to challenge your opinions. People are going to challenge your decisions. You kind of just have to accept that everyone has varying, everyone has a different mindset than you do, and you have to understand that people aren't going to follow. Yeah, this place is a safe place. Either way, it's safe. I don't understand wearing a hat or not isn't going to make a difference. He was obviously doing it to get a reaction out of people. That was all he was doing it for, and he knows that.
What do you think of Donald Trump?
I could do without him as America's president.
So
I don't care for him.
Hillary Clinton?
Yeah, over Donald Trump any day. I don't like Donald Trump. I don't support his views or anything.
These young girls were actually Hillary Clinton supporters. Leaving aside the fact that she would vote for the most corrupt candidate the United States has ever seen in an election, she still supports freedom of expression and thought that safe spaces were a ridiculous idea. I was impressed that even though she was someone that would fall into the Never Trump crowd, that she still valued rights and freedoms that seem to be eroding while government grows and political correctness seems to be taking hold. Credit where it's due. Next, I talked to this young man.
For clothing to be something that is judged like that, I guess, that's pretty tough because a university, in my opinion, is supposed to be a space where people are able to express themselves and be free with their beliefs and philosophies and whatnot. There's a thing about almost being too sensitive, I guess. I don't know, there was like an article called The Coddling of the American Mind that I was just thinking about, and they really discussed this in the States, how there's a lot of universities making safe spaces for their students. And they discussed that maybe the students are being too babied into thinking that the world should be a safer place than it really is. Not that the world is not the world is like completely dangerous. If you're in university, you're subject to really out there ideas and sometimes possibly dangerous ideas. You should kind of be aware of that. I don't know if a safe space really helps with that kind of situation. Would abstain from voting, to be honest. If I could make a political opinion on that, I wouldn't want either of them to be a leader of the free world or my country.
Again, I was impressed with how articulate he was, and I thought he gave a fair answer when he said he wouldn't vote for either candidate. Personally, I don't agree with that because staying at home at election time or voting for another candidate is a wasted vote. I would vote for Donald Trump. I don't agree with every single last one of his policies, like bringing in maternity benefits and some of the more left-leaning ideas that have been put forth. But the bottom line is that he has a solid grasp of economics, and that's just more important to me than favoring social justice warriors and minorities. And finally, I talked to these two young men about the Make America Great Again hat being offensive and who they would vote for.
Make America Great Again, unfortunately associated with Donald Trump. However, a decent slogan, I'm down to Make America Great Again.
How about you?
Okay. I mean, freedom of speech. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But like you said, if it is like slurs of like hate crime and stuff like that, then definitely. But if it's not, if it's not direct, people are entitled to their own opinions.
Do you think a safe space should be created
No.
for people?
Oh, come on. No, obviously not. This is, we're trying to learn. We're trying to, safe space? Okay, you talk about it.
Yeah, I think it could be a good thing. I think.
Safe space, not, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Who knows?
everyone's entitled to be comfortable in where they're doing their stuff. So if someone needs a safe space, then you should get them a safe space.
Then you should get them a safe space. He just changed my opinion there. Make one.
Clinton does have a lot of experience in the office. Like, she has been there for a while, but at the end of the day, I don't think either candidate really represents what I want.
Whoa, you just said it.
I think the premise of a safe space is actually ridiculous. Universities are supposed to be places where people can debate and be exposed to new ideas. The thought of shutting that down and sacrificing freedom of speech to protect someone from a hat that they don't like is just absolutely absurd to me. At the same time, these two demonstrated just how impressionable university students really are. Their minds can change with consideration and exposure to new ideas. I was actually pretty surprised by the answers that these students gave. I was expecting to walk through the doors and have a bunch of social justice warriors lash out. The responses were contrary to what we're being led to believe from reports coming out of universities lately. We see all of these young people being triggered by just the smallest of things. But these people, no matter who they were voting for or not voting for, valued free speech overall. Could it be the demographic? The NDP won the last election in Alberta, but that was due to the Conservative vote split. The federal Conservatives even have a strong hold in the province, and we are traditionally conservative-minded. Or could it be that millennials are actually more conservative than they're portrayed as? Maybe we think university students are crybabies because we only hear from the crybabies. Let's face it, in a crowd of people, the crying baby is always the loudest. For the Rebel.media, I'm Holly Nicholas.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.